Welcome to Beginner Trading. Good afternoon, traders. How we doing there? Mitch, Beginner Mitch here. All right, gonna go ahead and show you guys my Momo trade here. Got in at 35.72, 800 shares. Risk was originally 35.80. Pushed it to 35.81 as I saw the resistance go into it. One of the key things in this strategy is that it's our bread and butter, the VWAP fade. We've seen this strategy pay off time in and time out, and this is exactly what we teach. When we see the system play out, we want to go ahead and take the trade. Good measurement of risk there, 35.80, 10-cent risk for a 20-cent down move. That's what we're looking for in this kind of trade here. Was able to take some profit on that first down move to the 35.60s, and now was expecting this bounce here to come up and test that resistance. I didn't know how high it was going to test, but I definitely needed to hold. One of the important things that I do is use the time and sales and the level 2. As you'll see the stock approach 35.80s and 35.81s here, you won't see any big orders go through on the time and sales. And that's really what we're paying attention to, is we're trying to see the connection between the level 2 and the time and sales. As you see this push, watch as you see on the time and sales reject getting above those 80s. You see it's right here on the ask at 84, could squeeze through it, but there's no fills going through on the time and sales. Nothing but volume showing up on the level 2 and nothing going through on the time and sales. You see there's nothing but small volume, small volume, small volume, and then we're going to get a nice rejection, immediate rejection and pull down. Looking for that pullback, kind of what we call the rejection off that important level, that resistance. Boom, you see that rejection right there off of 80s? That's when I started paying attention. Then you see nothing but low volume, low volume. This is when I go ahead and I establish, if I see volume coming in at those 83s and 84s, yes, I need to get out. But if I see the volume coming in on the bid side and pulling this back down, I can stay in this stock. I got a pullback right there. Now we're right below our level. Now we're understanding that, hey, we see 83s, 84s pop up and just fill. We need to get immediately out, but it is holding that 80 level, that 35.80. So we're looking for this to reject now. We get one more try to that 35 resistance, 35.80 resistance, and it doesn't get over. At this point, I'm feeling much more confident in my trade now. Now I need to see the trade break down and hold that 35.80. It shouldn't even get above now. We don't even really want it to get above that first high, which was 35.76, 35.78. And so now what we want to see is the rejection, the volume coming in on the bid side, knocking it through the support. As you see the time and sales, you see 8,000 shares fill there at 65, 8,900 shares fill at 65. These are shorters trying to take advantage and knock this stock down here. This is where we start seeing the down pressure come into the stock. We're trying to let this crack down here. This is where we're seeing that down pressure come in. What you want to see is volume come in to confirm the move down here. As the crack happens, you start to see Momo take that downturn towards that 35.50. We start getting that drop here as I look to go ahead and take some profit near the low. I see this crack the 60s. That's what I'm looking for, as I've already taken some profit at that 60, looking for it to crack that, and then I can take a little bit more off this trade. I actually go ahead and I take 200 off this trade here at this 58, 57 levels. And then from there, I'm looking for the low of the day to take a nice base hit on the opening trade. Being able to capture 200 shares of Momo at 35.55, now looking for the low of the day touch and letting the rest of it work. You see me pointing out there 77 realize. Now I'm in the game. Now I'm going to let this trade work. And this is exactly how we want to trade the VWAP fade. You know, one of the important things of our strategy, the VWAP fade, is understanding that sometimes it's not always going to be a home run. A lot of times you're going to be able to take these range bound trades and trading the range from the VWAP to the bottom of the low of the day. And that's exactly what I decided to do here, and taking that last little 200 off there and taking the trade. This is a beautiful base hit. I'll take that $118 every single day. And now we jump into JD here. As I saw JD make that outbreak, I'm looking for a pullback that I can measure and get the VWAP bounce on. We need to get in. I like to get in slightly below VWAP. John sometimes slightly above VWAP, but we're still trying to measure off that 80 here. So as I see this down move here, I click on and I nail a beautiful entry here at 31.87s for the VWAP bounce long. This is one of our best strategies, and we see it play in timeout. A lot of traders trade long, and this is the trade that we recommend. So with the VWAP bounce, you expect an immediate green move. The best entries are going to have immediate green look to it. And this is what you're going to see here. As I got in there at that 87 and we get an immediate green look. We're already in the green $10 and we're holding. As soon as we got in there, the trade went green, and that's what we want to see when we take the right VWAP bounce. It should have a great rebound effect at that level and push up to that first resistance really quickly. As you see, this is exactly what we get in JD as it pushes up to 32 and starts breaking out. I always like to take some quick profits whenever I do the VWAP bounce play. So right here at this 32.02, I took a quick profit as it's the first resistance I saw matching up on the chart. You know, the stock continued to break out, but you're not always going to know if it's going to continue in your direction. I always recommend selling a little bit, getting yourself some realize, putting yourself in a good shoes, and then trying to take a good swing. That's what we got here. We got that 36 realized, pulled off, and now we can let the trade work here. See if it can continue going and working its way to the high of day. That's really where we want to go ahead and sell. JD never looking back there, pushing up all the way up there to the high of the day. And this is exactly where I want to go ahead and try to take my profit. You know, one of the key things is holding some profit, looking for that high of day push so that you could sell into that high of the day push and then look to see if you want to go for an extension beyond. This is where I decided that I wanted to take another base hit for the day. I'm going to go ahead and take this trade off here as it pushes through to the 32.14s and above. I see the 32.14 kind of reject there, and that's when I go ahead and decide, hey, this looks good enough for me. I'm going to go ahead and take this profit and celebrate the win there. As I cover here into this 32.16 push, another great trade, taking the trade off here and celebrating a good $80 win here with only 500 shares. I think a fabulous trade. Maybe should have approached it with bigger share sizing, but I like where I'm taking my share sizing. I like taking bigger sizing on my VWAP fades than my VWAP bounces. It's not so accurate as the VWAP fade, so the VWAP bounce I size down and try to attack that base hit. As we move on here to the last trade of the day, PCG here. PCG is a stock that has been hit hard with catalyst. This is the California wildfire stock, and you know I was seeing this kind of fade set up. It kept pushing up. I talked about it that I was going to get in at 1860s, looking to risk off of that 1870. I saw that quick rejection there off of 1862. I nailed on to that 1860 and was looking to hold to that risk rate of 1870s. Of course, this is a stock that is not trading the highest volume, so I'm trading this solely and purely off the pattern. So what I want to see is quick rejection and sizing getting in there. Sizing got in there at 62 and 57s, so I felt good. You know, I saw that rejection off 62, saw that 57 add-on. So that's 6,000 shares right above me, looking like a great short. I got a good down move on this first move. Wasn't able to get what I call the continuation move, and sometimes that's just going to happen. You have to stick to your limits. I talk about this time in and time out during the stream. If you don't stick to your limits, you're going to have bigger losses and completely kill your mathematical advantage that you're looking for. So right here, I do get a first dip on PCG. I'm able to sell some, but I'm not able to get the best trade in this, and eventually I do get stopped out in this trade. But hey, all you can do as a trader is set yourself up. This was another great setup, a good entry, good risk to reward, and good profit taking on this first down move. As this stock pushes down here on the 50s, I go and I take some profit as I know I want to get myself in a good position to make that good gain. I see it breaking. I don't see it breaking the 50. I give it a second, give it one more second, not seeing it break. Boom. Cover there, at least a little bit to go ahead and hold and then try to make that big gain. This is what we try to do. We like to take some profit in our direction, hold to that break even, give ourselves the chance to really make the gains so that we can go ahead and end the day. Right here, we take some profit and it does bounce up on us, but this is where we want to go ahead and take some profit. Now we have a little bit in that realize. We can let it work and try to get another 50, 60 bucks out of this kind of trade. Eventually this stock PCG squeezing up on me. I know that right here I have to hold to my break even. I don't want it above. You can even risk 1 cent but not going to go ahead and let it get back up there to that 1870 because that wouldn't make sense geometrically. I always stick to my patterns geometrically. If it makes sense, I'll stay in it. This is not making sense anymore up here at that 60. It needs to have a huge rejection here at that 60 for me to go ahead and stay in this stock. And instead we get a break above the 60 and I go ahead and I just cover those last 200 shares and take whatever gain I can get from this versus taking a loss. Overall, not a bad day at all. 3 wins on the day, 3 victories. Traded Momo, PCG, and also JD. As you see, 1 long, 2 shorts. It doesn't really mean that you have to go short or long. We try to trade both ways here at Beginner Trading and just teach you guys system building. That's really what we're trying to develop, is develop your system and keep trading and showing you guys every single day that if you follow a system, you can be profitable as a trader. Hey traders, don't forget to check out the Beginning Trading John Day Trading Challenge. As a part of the TradeNet Trading Challenge, every trader who qualifies for the challenge will receive a demo trading account with a trading balance of $10,000. If by the end of the trading challenge you have achieved 500 and more in net profit, you will go ahead and win yourself an intro account. Not only will you win an access to an intro account, which will give you access to that 14,000 funded account, but you'll also receive access to a self-study course, a live trading chat room, and a trading book brought to you by TradeNet. Definitely, guys, give it a chance. Give it a check out. It's a free demo account, giving you a chance to win an account that can put you forward in your trading career. Like always, guys, this is Mitch from Beginner Trading. Leave us questions, leave us comments. We're always here to help. Take care.